Alright, people. My cat is hearing me making the announcement, so he's laying down, but he's thinking now, let me get up and cause some ruckus. No, he's gonna lay back down again. You do. Alright, so, sorry, I'm still a mess in there. Taco's, I think that's part of his, that is part of his freaking bed. Gee whiz, sometimes I wonder about that cat. First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is ILEG Technology Screens. And I have to concentrate more on focus. So I try to evaluate myself and my company as much as possible to see what I really need to focus on and not focus on. Now pretty soon my company has meetings set up so I can get this technology that we are blessed to have. Okay, let's do one right there. Sorry, my massager just shut off for me. Okay, you good here? Thank you. All right, let's get to this. All right, so anyway, I am focusing on what's more important for my company. First things first, my name is Kenneth Bird. My company is ILEG, Infusion Light Energy Gain Technology Screens. And I like to have a little fun on camera here and there, but when you get down to it, we have to focus on what's important for the company. And what's important for the company, okay, now my back massager decides that it wants to have a mind of its own. I don't know what's going on with this thing. Oh, man, you gotta be kidding me. So first time it cut off, and second time it disconnected its cable. Okay, let's put that back in there. Cable. Try it again. Alright, hopefully that stays on. We're moving back and forth. Chair just bought this thing. Alright, so anyway, we have to focus on basically what's more important for our company. Basically, I'm not really interested in no eBay thing. And the reason why is because, again, I constantly got to remind myself, I'm so busy to basically defending my technology online that I keep forgetting about the big picture. We've already hit the plateau. It's the reason why we got the office to begin with. Literally have to come back to myself and say, hey, Ken, we're not doing all this. We're not doing this. We're not going to do that, blah, blah, blah. That's what they do online. We're going to try to move past all that. We are moving past all that to do something better. Because, again, we've already proven ourselves online. I have tons of videos. I've got tons of demonstrations. And I realize this comes into reality when I start setting up profiles for myself. Like my business cards requesting for pictures and videos. I'm like, my goodness, we got literally all this stuff that we have done already. Like, there is no point for me to come online. Those little petty squabbles and have to prove you this and that and the other, those are other people. I mean, at the end of the day, we really don't have to deal with it anymore. We're done with all that. And we've done enough stuff to back our technology up. On the new road that I'm traveling on, I'll be dealing with all companies. It's rare. Out here, I'm going to be dealing with any form of customer. It's mostly all companies. Our first order for this technology we have over here, which is we have it, the Cinemax, or what do we call it, the Cinematic. That technology was bought by a company. The company purchased that. Because again, I've been in the business for a long time, and I've never seen anybody buy that much paint unless it was affiliated with a company. That's the only people who buy that much paint. The average customer, most likely, is going to get a 32 ounce, is going to paint an average size screen. Our size is 150 inches, and that's still big. So most likely, the most screens you find in homes is 100 to 120 inches. That's it. Anyone's doing 150s, either they're doing for gaming room, dedicated theater room setup, outside mostly, but that's it. For that much, no. That was a company that ordered that. And on top of that, consider the fact that they paid for all shipping. So that definitely knows the company. So yeah, we got our first order for this technology from a company, which is bright-eyed, bushy-tailed for me at the end of the day. Because companies buy a lot more product. Companies usually will pay for their own shipping. Most likely they do because they have their own shipping carrier. They have a company account with shipping, they get discounts with their shipping, they're the ones that usually buy it. And out here, are we going to be dealing with customers? No, majority of my orders out here will be with companies, with hotels, schools, restaurants, stuff like that. Maybe once in a while I might get a customer. That's basically about it. That's pretty much it. So it's probably looking like at the end of the year, we're probably going to be company only. Because we're heading in that direction. We're literally heading in that direction. We're literally going in that direction. So I really see that coming. The more and more we look at our orders, the more and more our orders are pushing in the direction we have companies buying this stuff up. If that's the case, that means we're going to start marketing our product to projection screen companies that develop white screens. Unlike, the screen you had right here, this screen was actually a white screen before it was coded into our technology. Which I think that's the direction we're probably going to end up going. So, with that being the case, if we are getting more company orders, that means they have to remove the marketplace has to go. Because again, it becomes a conflict in price. This is where problems come up. I've done this dozens of times before. You can't be selling paint for some price or some screen for that price. And then the company, they're selling it for like $3,000 and $4,000, or they're selling it for a package deal, whatever they're doing with it. Yeah, that doesn't work well, because anyone can come back and say, well, the company's selling it for that price. And within our contracts, we do require contracts. They're territorial contracts, which means we can't sell in that particular state. But also, too, to make sure we make our money from that company, they have a minimum they have to buy from us per month. We have contracts already set up for just in case it just happens. And what I'm saying right now is we literally have more orders from companies than we have from customers. So, just common sense on which direction we're going to end up going. Because again, as I said before, if you're doing marketing and research in your company, and say you have a red item and a blue item, the blue item sells more than the red item, so that's the item going to start stocking more on. It's the blue item because it sells. For us, doing the marketing and research we've been doing, we've been realizing that companies are doing more business with us. So with that being said, what the companies are doing, they're buying it from us and they're charging you more money. We're going to go with the companies because the companies are the ones actually supporting our company. And that's the direction I'm probably going to end up going. So what we're set up for out here we're not set up for customers. We're set up for companies only up here. Because the people that are coming in to buy our stuff are coming from stores and again from hotels and offices. They're coming from that particular perspective into the office. We don't take customers here. Only companies are allowed here. That's the way the office is set up here. It's not. If I was going to do customers, I would do a showroom. I could bring customers in with that with no problem. But it's not set up for that. This is all set up for companies only. Online is set up for customers. But if our company orders deplete the sales of online, then that means the online stores will be converted into information pages, much like the Crystal Edge was, and we'll go on forward with the companies only. Because that's where the focus is going to be at anyway. That's why the business cards and all the technology we're engineer is designed for that. So we got to keep focusing on where we're going to. Everybody else online, you got to go with these little back and forth squabbles. We don't. We can take your stuff out if we want. I don't care about that. Another thing's steal my time. We tested everything. Tested all your stuff already. You've been to your websites, we've gotten cancellations from some people. We've got people who moved websites, we've got people who banned entire states. Gee whiz Louise, I still can't believe that one actually happened. We've got oodles and oodles of certified screens, like I showed you. A certified screen next to a gray screen on a white surface is no contest. The certified screen is far, far more superior. And right now, if you gray or white screens, wherever you guys in there, wherever you guys are, you can't take out a certified. Certified would beat the daylights out of your screen. You see what that Parallax did to that gray screen paint, it ruined it. So yeah, that's what you're going to have to deal with. Until you beat that, then that's how it's going to be for you. But for us, on the other hand, I'm going to go where the money's at. And the money is in companies. It is in companies. And did you ever notice that the concept, I think I'm saying it right, hope I'm saying it right, black down is black screen, it's not available for customers. The screen was designed for companies. It requires an 8,000 lumen projector to fire because only a company is going to have in its possession an 8,000 lumen projector. It's a very expensive machine. Now, for a company, it isn't. The average consumer is not going to have an 8,000. You can't even have an 8,000 lumen in your home. You can't walk in front of that thing by accident. It's going to mess you up. And you have to have those things up really, really high. You have to have the screen up really, really high so you don't walk in front of it. You don't have the room or capacity to put a 8,000 lumen projector in your home. A lot of people don't realize that. They're saying, well, I have an 8,000 lumen. No, you don't. Because it's impossible. You know how high your ceilings would have to be to put in an 8,000? And how high you would have to raise the screen to put in an 8,000? They have to be at way high. If you look at churches, look where the screens are at. Look where the projectors are at. The projectors are way up on the ceiling. The screens are way up on top of the wall. You know why? So no one doesn't run the risk of walking into a 7,000 lumen projector, because that thing will blind the daylights out of you. That's why. That's why you don't see 7,000 sitting on the floor or mounted on your in your theater room. Because if you have it mounted up on your theater room, you walk in front, your shadow casts in front of the screen, which means you're in line with the projector. So if you have a projector that caliber, that thing is way up in the ceiling and your screen is way up on top of the wall, which means you're going to have some massive size ceilings to accommodate that setup. And for that projector, for that screen to pretty much need an 8,000 projector to fire off, means that only companies or people with really, really high ceilings, rich people, are the only people going to be able to accommodate a machine such like so. And chances are, it's definitely going to be commercial. You're not plugging that into your outlet. You will burn your freaking outlet. You burn your outlet out, you burn it, you shoot out your electricity system in your house. It's commercial. They take a whole different type of setup to run one of those. It's like trying to stick your washing machine into your regular outlet. You basically would have all kinds of problems. So yeah, this is a different type of projector. So how they set it up, they set up that screen is only designed for companies only. Because the minute I heard 8,000, I was like 8,000. She was Louise. That's a very expensive projector, number one. Number two, the average homeowner cannot put that in their home because, again, you don't want to walk in front of 8,000. And then consider the fact that if you can't, so for that to be set up, the projector has to be really high up. So if you look at any churches, stadiums, whatever, concert shows, whatever, you notice the screens are really high up there, and the projectors are way up there with them. Like if you look at my promo demonstration, you'll see a church with this giant screen. That projector ain't nowhere sitting anywhere for somebody to walk in front of. It's up really high to match the screen. That's because it requires a certain type of projector. They designed it for companies only. Now our screens don't require to have projectors at high lumen. We don't need it. But from what I've seen right now in our sales mainly come from companies. So if a company requires a contract, that's pretty much it for the customers. Because again, like I said, we can't post the prices on the website because it causes a conflict in pricing. Say if a company is selling our products at a bundle at around $3,000 for a bundle, projector and so forth, they're going to add in there. And somebody comes in and finds our website and sees that paint going for way under that. They're going to go back to the company and say, well, I went to the site. I saw the prices. They don't even charge that kind of money at the end of the day. Why are you charging that kind of money at the end of the day? Well, I'll just go there and buy, which they can't go there and buy because within our contract, we can't sell to that state because they're territorial contracts. So we have to deny the order. But that becomes a headache to us because now we got people ordering from us and we have to keep denying these orders over and over again. Which means every time we put money back into the account, keep in mind, we have to pay PayPal too also. So when that money gets returned back to them, we have to pay PayPal money for sending the money back to their account because PayPal charges a transfer fee. So that's why at the end of the day, the people sit there and think, I'm just going to mix some paint together and start a business. No, there's so much documents that you're going to have to go through. It's not even funny. But still, that transfer fee you're going to have to pay to PayPal. So that becomes a headache to us. So the best thing to do is remove all the prices off the site. Turn it into a huge commercial site. just for commercials and videos and stuff like that about our product, and that's basically about it. People, I gotta go where the money's at. We've been here long enough. We've been here for years. If you have not by now trusted our technology, if you have not by now basically have acquired or invested in a company, then that's that. It's not my problem anymore. I'm going to the next stage. My next stage is companies. The companies are willing to pay us. They come out there, they see the benefits of our technology. I really don't have time to deal with people at the end of the day that don't know the difference between real technology and good technology. I think we've done enough tests, we've done enough challenges, we've done enough so many different forms of technology to prove what we do. And we have to do more than that. It's not worth my time. If companies want to come in, they see the time we put in, the effort we put in, we appreciate our hard work, and they're willing to pay what we have at the end of the day, we'll go to companies. I make far more offline than I do make online. Online, a gallon of paint, I can get for maybe $300, $400. Offline, I get it for $700 because they know the value of that technology. They know that they go out and they can't find any white screens. They're sure not going to spend the money for gunmetal technology because that's way too expensive. And then the demonstrations we're doing, no one else is matching those demonstrations. Where online, what we do with people, some people, I'm not saying all of them, we do it with some people that understand the worth of the technology. We got other people who want $50. You want $50 for a product that does exactly what that's designed to do. No, go to them cheap paints. You buy that nonsense at the end of the day. That's why we didn't like the fact that that guy doing the side-by-side demonstrations and sticking us next to that trash paint would downgrade my product. I take out certified screens at the end of the day. I can generate 24,000. I can generate outside if I want to. And you're going to stick me next to that trash paint that has no testing next to it, can't even back it up, and half of that stuff can't even back up what's on the specification sheets. You're going to downgrade our product by putting in that mess next to that mess? Put me next to some real screens, some certified screens. Those screens can't even pass a Parallax Daylight. They can't even pass Black Diamond. They can't pass none of those high-end screens. We do that. And you stick us next to that trash at the end of the day. These are the same products that we have receipts on, returns on. Who couldn't back their products up? They gave us back money, back to our accounts, and you're going to stick us back to that mess. So if you're expecting at the end of the day that our product is just as equal as theirs and we're going to start charging everybody for $50, you're in the wrong category. Go buy yourself some great paints. That's what you do. Go paint yourself with that mess in the day and then go from there. Rather than that, that's not us. I think we've proven ourselves far and over and beyond what our technology is designed to do. And if companies are willing to pay the money that our technology is worth, so be it. That's where we go. That's how it works. We're going to get what our product is worth. There's not right now. Some people come to me and say, well, that's too much money to pay for a screen paint. Yeah, let's put it this way. You can't do it on a white screen, especially the screen you have. If it did work, you wouldn't be contacting me at all, period. If your screen worked on your projector, why are you reaching out to me? You're out there playing with my customer. Customers go outside. Where do you go? You're not inside with my customers. You're inside in a birthday candle affected environment. You could barely turn your lights on. But your screen's washing out. Pay all this money for a projector, you don't get what you paid for. And you can't even play outside. My customers go outside all the time. It's in my demonstrations. And yet you want to nickel and dime my company on at $50? Well, take it someplace else. Go make your own stuff or do something like that in the day. It's like somebody trying to nickel and dime with these high-end screens. I hear and say, oh, I just want it for $50. No, yeah, go someplace else. Because at the end of the day, your money doesn't mean jack to me. Once you insult my intelligence on that level, your money doesn't mean jack to us. And we know you can't go anywhere. We tested everybody. That's why we go offline and we're doing business with people online. They ask us the first thing, what's your competition? We don't have any competition. And for those people who sit there at the end of the day and say, what you do? Then give me somebody. I've been asking for this for 4 years of someone bringing somebody to our front door. What have we got? We got some Series C crap at the end of the day. That guy couldn't even keep that stuff afloat. Every customer had it on a black screen. One customer had it in England. Couldn't even turn the lights on. You know why? Because the screen was gray. The other guy did the demonstration. The screen came up gray again. There's no testing underneath the product anyway whatsoever. No black versus black, no distance throw, no low lumen projectors, no one outside demonstration that was rolled over a front and rear inflatable screen, you can see the patchy areas. You see light pushing through on one end. Another part we painted the screen, that was this bubble gritty effect. I mean, oh, come on. That's it? That's all you have right there. And on top of that, mind you, we have cancellations on it. He gave us back money. That doesn't sound like a product that is worthy of my time. So we got receipts on this Series C's back to our accounts. $700 on the first time, he goopity-goo nonsense. And then the second time, he removed the entire state of Pennsylvania. That's pretty bad. And not only that, there's 10 states missing in his category, including Maryland and Texas. As I mentioned, I got family in Texas that'll order the screen and have it over here. So that doesn't sound like something that would be to compete with us. The other guy, oh, he has great paints. Come on, he crushed that stuff all day long. I got unboxings on that stuff. It's just endless on what we did to that paint. So bad he shut his website down. What else we got left? There's nothing else. That's it. Guy in there screaming at his attitude. He's going through an eviction right now. He can't basically be in there carrying on. He's about to be removed out of his unit. As a matter of fact, we have an attorney reaching out to him on Monday morning about a lawsuit that will be filed against the building. Oh yeah, they're going to hit the building. See, this is why you don't do dumb stuff. Yeah. And this is over $1 million. This lawsuit is going to be hit with. Now look how beautiful that looks. $50 projector. We're demonstrating on so many levels of our technology operating on such low-level projectors on every level you can possibly think of. We do appreciate customers who supported our company. We do. Matter of fact, I have a certain list of customers I do still have in contact with that has been purchasing from our company that we do plan to still do business with. So you will not be left out in the cold. The rest of you had time. I have to go with where the money's going. And the money is going to be in companies. That's where the money's going to be at. And that's where we're going. So like I said, this place is all set up in here for companies. So I guess we're no longer even in the playing field anymore. I guess right now we're thinking about our future and our technology. Now, like I said, I got one half. Well, some people pay the money for our products, but if we didn't, we'd have customer demonstrations on our stuff. That'd be virtually impossible, right? So they do appreciate our products. They appreciate our time and the hard work that we put into it. And then we have the other half that feels that we should be charging the same price as those other paints that quite didn't make it that long, did they? Didn't last long, did they? They're gone already. So we should be the same as them. They couldn't match none of our products. They don't do our matching betters. Nothing whatsoever, but yet we're supposed to be in the same category. Isn't that interesting? Well, you figure it out. Because pretty soon, once everything's set in stone, it could take a while because everything has to be changed over in the website, get all that stuff done. The marketplace will be officially removed. As you've seen in the other site, as Crystal Age, it's now basically in sync with the new company's name. The website was completely removed when it comes to the website, but the marketplace. So marketplace on our inside require about 8 or 9 contracts. We're done. I'm not going to that. I'm not bothering that section. I gotta focus. I gotta keep focused. There's too much nonsense. It is. It's way too much nonsense. It is. We have to do too much. Company, we signed a contract with them. It's an agreement between both parties. We show batch number verification. We show testing and demonstration. That's it. They mostly do all the research themselves. And that's pretty much it.
Good morning. Welcome to Dubai.
Whole cool commercial there. Now you got the other people crying and whining, oh, you're selling out. No, it's not selling, it's called business. That's what it's called. It's business. How long have we been here? We've been here about 14 years, right? So those people who took advantage of our technology, that's them. And those who basically went with that dumb nonsense that went on YouTube and all that other nonsense and came back at it, yeah, go back to them and buy your. Oh, you can't. They're not there anymore. Can't. Oh, well, that's your problem at the end of the day. That's not mine. You back their product up on every level you could possibly think of. We went over and beyond. On anybody else's screen, went over and beyond. The man hours, the tests and stuff we put in to make sure we can make a screen print that everybody can afford. So we're going to go with the money's at. When they put an offer on my table, I will take it. That's basically about it. Now, if your church is something separate, that's still business. At the end of the day, we still conduct business with you, not a problem. If you have a company, we still conduct business with you. You don't have to be a big corporation. You can be a small business. You're a mom and pop, we still do business with you. As for the individual customer, when the time comes, we're going to have to find somebody to work with you because we won't be working with you anymore. We'll be dealing with company contracts only. Now, when will this go into effect? Probably most likely the end of the year. I already have a group of team of people coming out here to see all the technology we engineer we make. Those contracts and what we're working on to advertise and get our company out there are going to be pretty much catered mostly to companies. Once we get the showrooms put in, the showrooms are going to be catered for customers, but customers that are offline. Now, as for the naysayer, or dark dwellers, whatever you want to call them, and I know you guys always got something to say in this ordeal, like, oh, he's, no. This is the next stage you go to. You can't come here. You can't even pass this. You can't even pass a certified. You don't even know what your specifications are, what color your product is. You don't have enough testing on your stuff. You haven't even been outside enough time to be considered an outdoor screen paint. You say you work in commercials, but yet you're in dark environments all the time. How would you operate in here? Can't read 100% contrast, and half your stuff doesn't even freaking work. You don't even know what half your stuff is. You don't even have the proper paperwork. You're not even licensed to be selling your stuff to begin with, because I checked. A lot of you don't have licenses, and then you get a lot of trouble for that. So you don't have a legitimate business. You can't even go into an office space. You know that. Office spaces are going to require your license. The EIN number, DBA, all that stuff is going to require that you have to have that in order to go into an office. You have to have it. And they have to know exactly what your business is and what your business is all about, because, yeah, they want people here running scams. Interesting how we're supposed to be the company, supposed to be the scam company, but we have all the paperwork, all the testing, everything done. And the ones that are making the claims that they're legit don't have any paperwork, are not even documented. Nothing's there. But a website, that's basically about it. That domain name's not enough. You have no testing in your product. You can explain what it is. One's website sitting up there right now that can face multiple lawsuits because you can't even back up what game range is. You made it up. So that does not look good. All right, my business cards will be here soon. Not today, but probably up to next week. I'm going to start the process of working on the site and updating it because they'll be going to 2 different sites. Having a showroom site for those business cards. And then break down and decide what kind of technology you want to sell for the companies. There we go from there. You can give me the whole emails about, oh, it's not fair, you're selling out. I don't care. Money. You understand me? It's business at the end of the day. I don't have time to play games with people. I really don't. I got business to conduct. We're blessed to have a very advanced technology. I'm going to take advantage of what the thing is. These are our products we're designed to do. I'm going to the next stage. And whatever screen paints that pop up, y'all can cry and whine over there. Don't care. Y'all can mention my name, though. You don't slander me. I'm going to sue you at the end of the day. But you can go in there and tell about blah, blah, and blah. I don't care. That's your little pity parties at the end of the day. We're done. We're leaving the small pond. We're walking over to the big pond. We're done. Usually when you go up to the big pond, you have to deal with the big sharks. We're good. We can take on the big sharks. We got no problem with that. The problem they're going to have is, can they take on us? Got a new apex predator about to drop into your ecosystem. Can you handle it? So like I said, in the year 2026, that's right around the time we launch, get ready to, we're launching the new AdTech technology. TV visual, projector trees, the flex, all that stuff. Because again, like I said, we can't have it on the site. There's people saying, "Oh, he's just being that." No, you can't. You gotta understand business. Understand business before you start doing all this on camera. Understand what business, how business works. I've had contracts before. You can't have prices on your site. That's like you having a wholesale company, and you're selling the prices for like, cheaper than what you buy in the stores. You can't advertise what you sell your product really for with the wholesale, because again, it conflicts. If they're trying to sell for more and they see that the customers can get it for cheaper, they're not going to buy from the company that's selling. They're going to buy directly from you, and you can't sell to them because you have a territorial contract, which means a territorial contract means within that state they can only sell. You can't sell. That's why you put that whole thing monthly. They have to pay a certain amount for this and that, so it keeps your cash flow coming from that particular contractor where we have contracts with back into your back pocket. They have to buy a certain amount. Nike has it that way. Nike has the subject to spend like so much money every month in order to keep the contract. Companies have no problem with that. This product will sell. They'll have no problem being sold off with no problem whatsoever. And that's one of the things I learned when I was in business under digital and crystal screen paint, that the guy came and said, "Hey, you might have to move your stuff off this your page off there, because we're selling your product for $3,000, and it comes with projectors and speakers where you're selling it for. And if they come and see your site and see it for far cheaper, they're going to argue with us and say, how come you can't sell for that price? Because it's being sold for them, it's going to cause confliction with our contracts. That's why. That's why you can't do it that way. But you have to make sure before you go down that road that the people you have signed these contracts with are going to be able to keep your lifestyle up and everything afloat, your company afloat. So that means they have to keep buying the product. If they stop buying, this is going to be a problem, because that means you're not making any money from that company, and you can't sell to anybody in that state or country due to the fact that your contract would be breached. There you go. So that means I'm promised $10,000, $20,000, I don't know, every week or whatever, or whatever's in the contract, how much you have to buy from us. You have to buy to keep your contract. That's how Nike has it. But I have to focus on what's important. This other stuff, I don't have time for it anymore. I really don't. All this other stuff with the naysayers and stuff. Like I said, this is why we're going to hire with this big lawyer coming on. So basically, at the end of the day, we have any problems with anybody online carrying on doing fake demonstrations. His job is to go in and get you in court. That's all. You might send you a cease and desist order. You might just send you a document saying, "Hey, look, this is summon. You got to go to court. Blah blah. Sue me." That'll be them. And we concentrate on our half. So we'll have the showroom stores hopefully pretty soon. We can have customers come in and see that technology, and then they can buy from there directly, because they don't have to go to a website. Maybe it's right there. And then with the companies will be buying directly to the site. So we're doing a discount. We can't do a wholesaler site because again, that's going to conflict. So that's what's coming up. So it's technology, what we're going to be doing in the near future. If I was all these things these people claim me to be, I wouldn't be on this level right now. That would be impossible. I'd be on their level right now. Not be to back things up, videos failing, money being returned back to our accounts, websites being pulled down, websites not making any money at all whatsoever, no traffic, nothing, no new products, not a thing, nothing. I'd be them. What does it say in the Bible? What's in the dark comes out into the light. So if a person is claiming to be all these things, it comes out into the light. Didn't I just make that statement right there in the middle of this floor? I made that statement. I said, if I'm all these things that I'm supposed to be, may the Lord help me and show the world on who I am. What happened? Our technology advanced by massive jumps. What happened to them? They started sinking. Yep. Guy got into about moving on to bigger and better things. Moving on bigger and better things for him is just him complaining about our new technology. That's all he does. He just sits there and complains about our technology. That's all he has. It's like a man sitting out in the middle of the street screaming at cars and selling oranges. He's already turned into that. The other guy disappeared completely off YouTube, completely off social media. There has been no activity and traffic to a site. You can literally type in someone's site and you can tell exactly how much traffic goes to their site. There's no activity on the site. But you should be lucky about, because if someone hits and orders something from that site, he's going to get sued. He has to return the money back. On top of that, the reason why there's 10 states missing out of this category, because there were people that were contacting him and telling him they were buying the paint for us. That's why he put some nonsense about him being harassed by our company. No, buddy, you're not getting harassed by our company. You did it to yourself. You should have never pulled our state on a live stream. And that's what he did. In the middle of a live stream, he pulled the state of PA. And when they trolls see that, they were like, oh, so he pulled the state, huh? Let's go and mess with him. Yeah, because you gave him ammunition. And now they go into his site. They use my name all the time. They say, hey, I'm ordering this for Kenneth Bird. I'm going to send it straight to him. You can't send that stuff over to them. You don't even want us to have it. So, you pull the state. So there's 10 states missing. That's why. I'm pretty sure the other guy, Williams, bought up. Because you can see they had a little squabble going on there because he called Williams a scammer. And I'm pretty sure Williams was pretty much going to buy that stuff too. And his state is missing. Texas is missing. I got people in Texas. And they were going to buy it and bring it over to us. And Texas is missing. Magically, it's just going on. And there's 10 other states going down on top of that. And that number will probably keep on jumping. At that particular point, Rogers didn't really care about projection screen paint. Rogers got into that whole thing because Jamie and McAfee and I guess the rest of them thought that he'd be a good candidate to come against me. That's what they thought. So Rogers did all that dumb nonsense to try to make my company fail. How did that work out for you, Rogers? It didn't work well, but you got lawsuits coming your way. Remember, you used my face without my permission, didn't you? That's going to cost you a lot of money. Still no lawyer contacting me yet from him. Of course, because you know you're going to get sued for that one. Can't be doing that dumb nonsense. You lost your mind. But anyway, you definitely going to have to, we get done, he's going to get a job. He's definitely going to get a job. Some kind of job. I don't know what job he's going to get at his age, but he's going to get a job. He's definitely going to get hit pretty hard. Can't do that. We use people's faces without permission. It's like if Kentucky Fried Chicken takes a picture of my face and posts it up there without my permission, I could sue the entire franchise to the corporation. They don't have a right to use my picture without my permission. That's what you did. That's why you had no lawyer contacting me, because the lawyer told you this up. Did you post this picture? I bet you told you that. And you probably told me, yes, I did post the picture. He said, what? Did you get permission from him? Got anything in writing by him saying he gave you full permission? And guess what? He's going to claim your cop in court. You can take everything. You can lose everything in this lawsuit. And that's literally what's going to happen to him. He's going to lose everything in the lawsuit. Moving on. So, pretty much, yeah, they came up to him. They thought that he would be able to make some magical black paint. I got dozens of emails from them stating at the end of the day that, oh, he's making this black paint. He's going to put you out of business. Dude, I'm the one who invented black technology. And you're going to come to me and tell me that you're going to put the inventor who invented the product out of we're going to be out of commission. How did that work out for you? I got you to turn $700 back to my banking account. One, the first company you did. I got you to drop that company for 6 months. Bring it back on for another 2 months. Drop it again. And this went on for a while. And this is when I made a statement. If you're going to bring a company out, at least it'll last for a year or so. If you're going to keep pulling it out. And then went in and got him to cancel an entire state of Pennsylvania. And he canceled the state of Texas. And then for some reason, for something that when I was in there, I saw him an argument with him and the other guy, calling the other guy a scammer. I was like, I wonder if he banned this state too. And sure enough, this state was banned also. And there's 10 other states banned. I'm pretty sure those are probably the trolls that were contacting him, so they're going to buy for us. So, yeah. So, that didn't go well. So they got your great big hope that was supposed to come in and help you, did nothing but crash and burn. It was the equivalence of watching the Titanic and the Hindenburg combined together, just fully explode. Bit off a little more than you can chew. So, yeah. And y'all thought y'all team up together to try to take me out. And yet, now I'm the one that's going to be signing $1 million contracts, and you're the ones getting sued by my lawyer. You're going to owe me a lot of money. A lot of money. More money than you could possibly ever pay up. It's a lot. Somebody got some jail time coming in too. But anyway, that's here nor there. That's all already being taken care of. But your efforts were for nothing. So that was your answer. And the internet, some of the internet jumped on that, like, oh yeah, they're going to finally be able to take this guy down. How did that work out for you? You got crushed. We embarrassed him on YouTube. Literally went in and showed his video multiple times of him walking around his backyard stating that he was going to, we were afraid of his product and he would get my product sooner or later and blah, blah, blah. I played that video every time we got a cancellation against him. Embarrassed him so badly that he pulled his website down in the middle of the cancellation. That's gotta hurt. That's something that gets stuck in a man's life for the rest of his life. He'll live with that forever. It'll be in his world forever. That he had to back down, especially when he was talking a lot of trash. No matter how many times he talked on camera, deep down inside he knew how to give us back that money, and that hurt a lot. Because he couldn't back it down. And it's everywhere. Those videos are posted everywhere. They show up all over Google. They're all over the internet forever. You can't have them removed, ever. You can't. Because we didn't do anything wrong. We just bought the product. You gave back the money. So that's your problem. You should have kept it. I'm going to go to court and say, hey, I want some videos removed because I canceled out. I couldn't back up something my product could do and I gave him back his money. We can't do that. We can have the video forever. When I pass off this earth, those videos will still be here. Every single one of them. But you made a statement about me canceling out. And if you don't bring those receipts to court, Mr. Rogers, I'm going to clean your clock another time for more money. Because you can't make those statements unless you back it up. I still haven't seen my receipts yet. I've been asking for receipts for a little while. I still haven't seen them yet. I can show you your receipts. I got them all. Even the ones I paid $20 for, I got that money back too. Matter of fact, they're posted. So that's what came up. So I was thinking, like, why are so many people supporting this guy at the end of the day? And I realized, like, oh, I see what it is. They don't like us because we can back our products up 100%. Or maybe it's because of, you know, sometimes that comes up quite a bit. You know, they don't like that kind of stuff. Being the only one of its kind to be able to develop a highly advanced technology. You know, some people, our customers, don't see that color at all. They don't see it at all. But some people do see that color, and they don't like it. Now, I know people like to talk about that, but I'm the kind of person who speaks his mind. You'd be surprised how many times we call it N-word in this business. You'd be surprised how much racial hatred I have received in this business. That an African American developed one of the highest black technologies right now on the market. We have done things that no other projection screen can do. Now, do I see color? I don't care about color at all, period. I don't care what color you are. But apparently, to some people who do care about my color. And I think some people would love to see me fail. But it's not going to work, because this is an African-American that serves God at the end of the day. And he has to go through him first before he can come through us. And as you can see, we have no plans of failing at all, ever. Yep, and heard just about everything. Yeah, one time in a business meeting, never forget. Walked away for just a minute. Go to the bathroom, and I heard an interesting conversation about saying, how could a nigger have the capability to develop something like that? I didn't realize they were that smart. I actually heard that. Did I say anything? No, in the room, got my stuff, bid them good day and left. That was it. Walked out of the meeting. And then later on, when I'm contacting me, I said, well, I find it hard to believe that an African American can develop something like that. Interesting you would say something like that. I heard the whole thing at the door when I was coming in from the bathroom. Conversation's over. That's it. He didn't say nothing back on the other end. Just hung up. Does that bother me? No, it doesn't bother me. It shows at the end of the day that I can ruffle your feathers. If I can get you to basically show your true identity and who you are, come out and say something that nasty about me, it shows that I have ruffled your feathers. And then we have Mr. Williams, also an African American man, who attacked another African American man and tried to make him look bad. Those are called Uncle Toms. That's what they're referred as. Yep, that's what you are. It is what it is. And at that, now you attack another African American, but you turned around and you attacked the Christian African American. You call yourself being a Christian, you are stealing from God left and right. Oh, by the way, we will be reaching out them on Monday about that whole contacting our company, posing as a minister. We really do need to reach out on that one. So I'll be having some conversations with several parties on that mess. Including we already filed criminal charges against you for impersonating a minister and harassing our companies as impersonating a minister. So that'll involve the Baltimore Police Detectives Unit, which I will be officially filing criminal charges against you. Shouldn't be doing that dumb nonsense. You know better than that. Come on. Now, I'm going to focus on my new technology, and I'm going to, when my people come here to inspect our technology and get us ready for getting grants, and we need to advertise and all that stuff for our company, I'm going in a direction where it's going to benefit my business. Now, I am going to work with somebody because I do have customers at the end of the day who have supported us, and I do want to continue to do business with them. So there is somebody we are working with that is going to be distributing for the customers. They won't be on our website because they can't be there. We can't have them there. But they're going to be doing business with us on that end. All right. I'm going to grab some aspirin because I got a freaking headache right now. And the lights aren't helping. Ugh. Alright people, ain't much to say. I don't care about the eBay. I don't care about everything about challenging screens. We don't care. I'm going to get my technology ready to go. I got my business cards, got everything set up. I need brochures. If I have business cards, I've built in brochures on, so we don't need to do this going on. Work on what we got to work on. Keep putting out our technology because we use YouTube as a form of basically documenting, and Facebook for documenting all our technology. I guess some people still feel that at the end of the day that we use YouTube as getting, I don't know. Well, we don't use it for. We've been using it for the same thing. It's basically advertising our technology. That's it. That's what we use it for. That's it. That's it. It's just not really much to talk about. Everything's all planned out for us. And I prayed on it. Lord put us in the direction we're going. Everything's all planned out for what we need to do. And I look at it that way, that we are doing business with more companies than we're doing with customers. So we need to market our product toward companies, and that's what I want to do. The other guy comes on, when he takes over that particular part, he'll be dealing with the customers, but we won't be dealing with the customers after in 2026. That's it. Okay. All right, people. Hope you enjoyed. Gotta go. God bless.